Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jerry. And we are the Military Collectibles Shop. So, welcome to another edition of What's New at the Military Collectibles Shop. This week is a mannequin week at the Military Collectibles Shop. Sometimes when you have a military shop, you get a lot of mannequins. So, unfortunately, I got to find a place to store these, but soon, hopefully, they'll be wearing all kinds of uniforms. All right, but we still wanted to share with you what's new at the Military Collectibles Shop because we got a lot of cool stuff in this week.
Yeah, we did.
So, let's take a look.
Okay, one of the cool things we got was this Korean War photo album. Now, this is the section of the Korean War between the time the truce was signed and the final peace documents were signed. Oh wait, they never were signed. Okay, this is 1961 and or 1960 and 1961, but it's like so they're like building walls and stuff.
Still a neat album with a lot of cool pictures showing a lot of some of the daily life of a soldier in Korea, some of the equipment, some of the heavy equipment, some artillery, some tanks. I think there was a tank.
Yeah, I think there's a tank in here.
But yeah, but still cool. We don't see a lot of stuff from the Korean War, and this wouldn't be that either. But it's still from Korea.
Yes. Okay.
Got a World War I U.S. bolo knife. These were actually issued to I think machine gun companies and probably other people who needed a bolo to chop wood or I don't know.
Get those branches out of the way.
Get out of here, branch. Yeah, this is actually nice. It's funny because this week a guy actually came in with one of these that was a reproduction, and which Mark astutely spotted. It looked to be in really nice shape, but it didn't have the markings on the back. The sewing was a little substandard. The metal looked kind of funny. The guy said he cleaned it. Yeah. So. You know, sometimes if those red flags go off, you know, the cognitive dissonance is what they call that, where something just doesn't seem right, it's best to listen to Mark.
All right, we got a World War I medic pouch. It's you know, all the snaps work. We just have a little problem. It's missing the belt clips or the
Keepers.
The keepers. You know, but I suppose.
So, if any of you have a shredded ammo belt, see now this is the problem with these, because these are bigger than the normal 10-pocket ammo belt. These are the size of the BAR ammo belt. So, if any of you people out there have a shredded medic belt or a shredded BAR gunner belt that has the two T-keeper thingies, along with the other little slidey things, and I think that's the technical term from the manual. Yeah. Hey, let us know, because we need some. Because this is the other really cool thing about this one. Did you mention that it was an Eagle Snap button?
Oh yeah, Eagle Snap button.
So the Eagle Snaps were used early on, I believe 1916, 15, something like that.
This one says July 1918.
Well, they were used up until, yeah. I was just looking at the starting point.
Oh, okay.
Got a Japanese map case. Now, the interesting thing about this one is it actually comes with the capture papers. And the capture papers basically just say who the guy is, you know, what he brought back, and, you know, it lists lists it as a dispatch case. But still nice to have. You don't often see it with field gear. You usually see it with firearms or sometimes edge weapons. But a nice, and theoretically this was actually shrapnel damage too. The guy pointed out that there was a hole in and a hole out, and they connect through all the.
Wow, cool. So we got, this is a dispatch rider bag or something.
Another Japanese something or other.
Ooh, and it's filled with green felt, whatever they use that for.
Playing poker.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Maybe it's a Japanese parachute.
Ooh. Did they use green parachutes?
Maybe not. Only once. Now it's time for Fun with Flags. This is a nice 45 star stick flag in kind of a gauze weave pattern. Commonly known as parade flags because these are usually handed out at parades. Yay! But these are cool because they work well with Spanish-American War pieces because of the 45 stars was flown during the Spanish-American War.
Nice. We got a helmet liner here. World War II helmet liner. Looks like a later color though, isn't it? Or is that,
actually, that's earlier.
like I said, this is an earlier color green, and it's in really nice shape.
Yeah, this one's an inland liner. The other thing that makes this one interesting is it has the early. I was going to say it has the early wire buckle sweatband, but it's not. But it does have the early unpainted A washers.
Oh, cool.
So a nice early inland. I wish it was an airborne, but I wish I was taller. Another helmet liner. This one is airborne, although unfortunately from the 1970s. But still, these are nice to find. With the chin cup and the A yokes.
And the snap things inside.
And the snap things. For mounting to the other part of the airborne helmet.
Wow. Well, I got this, we got this Chief Petty Officer's jacket with a bullion patch. This is for a gunner, so it would be like possibly the heavy guns or maybe less than heavy guns.
I don't know. Malcolm will know. He's our Navy guy.
And it came with pants and an overseas hat. But overseas hats are sold. I just put it over there somewhere. I didn't check this one to see if there was any pockets or condoms in the pockets, but I imagine being a Chief Petty Officer, you'd at least find something of interest.
Oh, okay. All right, this is cool. This came from a friend of mine, and it's a Marine Corps press photo. But what's neat about this one, a couple things actually. Most of the Marines are carrying the Risings.
Yes.
The Rising automatic rifle, which was kind of an unusual looking rifle. It almost looked like the gun from Planet of the Apes, with a weird little folding wire stock and a weird clip and a short barrel. Almost looks like a Thompson and a paratrooper carbine had a kid, and that's what it was. But what's interesting about this is that all these guys are wearing the Hawley liner, the early Hawley helmet liner, and only one of the guys is wearing a cover in the new issued, at the time, the new issued HBT uniform. And what's cool is all these guys are from Wisconsin, and all of them actually worked at Allis-Chalmers, which you may or may not know was the tractor factory that actually gave West Allis, where we're in right now, West Allis, Wisconsin. They all worked at Allis-Chalmers. So kind of very cool, and we're doing the research on them right now, seeing what we can find out about them, because this is a pretty early picture, so it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully some of them survived the war and made it on. So
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, very early picture.
This is like, is this the China Marine guy?
Yes.
This is the China Marine guy.
That's the China Marine guy.
We got more of his stuff.
We do. Let's show you some of his stuff.
And his name is... Sorry, edited that out.
Yeah, so I probably should not share the name. But we got his painted duffel bag with the 6 Marines and all the different places he was at. Parris Island, Camp Lejeune, Camp Pendleton, Pearl Harbor, the Gilbert's Islands, the Marshall Islands, Guam, and Tsingtao, China. First Division.
That's where they make the Tsingtao beer, hey?
Yeah, that actually it is. Thank you, German occupation, or whatever. German contingent.
Yeah.
But a neat painted bag. He's got a couple pin-up girls on it. 1st Marine Division. He's got a short timer guy here. They're saying girls ahoy.
Wow.
And it's been a long time. He's got a little wiener dog on there. So that's kind of cool. But that's just the icing on the tip of the cake sandwich.
What is this, Jerry?
Oh, this is a lovely tanker jacket. Also to the same guy. Now, what makes this cool, besides the fact that it's got his name tape on there, both in Chinese and it says USMC, is the back.
Wow, what does it say?
Stupid American buy cheap junk. No. Honestly, I don't know what it says. Sean, what does this say? Thanks, Sean. Okay, but this is very cool, pretty typical of a souvenir jacket. You still see these kind of things, the tour jackets that were very popular, like in Vietnam and Korea, that were made in Japan. But this was embroidered onto a U.S. tanker jacket. Unfortunately, it does have a little bit of thread loss, but you can just see Tsingtao, China, 1945, 1946, and then a Chinese dragon doing the dragony thing. So very cool. I mean, tanker jackets are rare enough on their own, and then to find one that was issued to a Marine, okay, that's even rarer. And then to find one that was all embroidered up, that's super rare. And then to find one that's named to him, and we were able to get some other stuff from him with that. So,
and just look at the picture.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's very cool.
And his name is written on the back of this picture.
Yep. So that's awesome. Okay. Got in a.
What was that? Oh, never mind. It was just a hand grenade.
Just a hand grenade. M17A1 gas mask. No big shakes, but we strangely sell a lot of these. Kids like them.
Yeah. If you're expecting any riots or anything,
Yeah, you never know. Got another painted helmet. This one actually took some kind of concussion to it. It's got some squishiness to it, and it's got some cracking, but it's got the 3rd ID stencils on the side. So pretty cool. Probably from Korea, I would think. Usually the Korean ones are a little bigger, but the color makes me think Korea.
Oh.
So.
Do you suppose he had a photo album?
It's possible. Yeah, and while I normally like to see, the stuff painted on the liner, this liner is not, doesn't have the matching, on the side. Although it does have the matching squishiness to it. It's been in this helmet long enough to take on that shape. But still, interesting painted helmet with some kind of history. Front seam, swivel bail.
We don't know the history, but we'll be dreaming something up.
We know it had some.
Oh, look at it. It's a Vietnam helmet.
Or two.
Or two. Isn't that nice? Huh. They unfastened that one, but it's still there.
We'll be refastening. So yeah, a couple nice Vietnam helmet ones. That's how they start out looking, and this is how they end up looking.
Yeah. It depends on how you store them in the back area here.
That's interesting.
Oh, look at that.
It's named. Okay.
I wonder if this one's named too.
You always got to check the liners, because even even on a woodland camo one time there was a woodland camo, like what we would think of as a 1980s helmet, and I took the liner off, and there was a World War II fixed bale helmet underneath.
Just checking this.
Looks like it did have something there.
Yeah, look at that. It looks like, look at that. Looks like the Alice Chalmers thing.
Could be. This one's got a World War II liner inside, not uncommon to find. It's actually a Westinghouse liner. So kind of a nice salty cover. Nice earlier helmet too. This has got the earlier sewn straps and everything. Always a good idea to look under the covers.
You might find something cool.
Oh, you might find that the girl you're with actually has an Adam's apple. It's not the apple you got to worry about, it's the banana. Okay. All right, enough of that. Kids are watching. A couple more helmets. This one is another Inland.
Is that winter camouflage? It seems to be flaking off.
Yes,
it's that dark green you were talking about.
Sometimes, sometimes the white was used by MP units. Sometimes it was used by American Legion units. So what was this one used by?
Oh wait, you can see something. You can see the writing here. Veterans. Oh.
I think we have an American Legion helmet.
Yeah.
But it's still an Inland liner. Got this one. It's kind of unusual. I don't know if it's British or Canadian. Not usually the Canadian ones are marked, some kind of thing. It's very lightweight.
Paratrooper?
And it's, maybe it's got kind
balloonist?
of the rare Canadian balloonists. They sat there making balloon animals during the war. It's got kind of a weird liner, weird suspension, kind of a double cross thing with this kind of oilcloth liner. I don't know. Could have been used later by the forestry department, because it's painted again a really weird green. But a neat helmet, whatever it is.
Yeah, cool.
Speaking of neat helmets,
what's that?
This one's neat. There's a front seam swivel bale, medic helmet, obviously. Early liner, very very clean liner. Almost too clean for what I would expect to see with this helmet. In this one, we're kind of on the fence on. We don't know if it's. I mean, it's obviously a real helmet, but is the insignia real or not? And that's always the $1,000 question, because it's one of these things that has become sort of a scientific forensic. That's the word I was looking for. Kind of a forensic adventure.
People have gotten really good at.
The fakers are good at faking. Yeah. So, and they use all kinds of tricks to age things. And, it looks like this was scorched a little bit, which, again, isn't necessarily uncommon because in World War II, guys did cook in their helmets. And actually on the inside, it does show, some wear from heat.
But we can, because I was thinking, why isn't the straps burnt? But actually, if you had the straps connected to each other and you had a stick or something that you're boiling your helmet out, trying to kill the head lice.
Yeah, right. So this one warrants further research. And maybe as we go through the steps of, because with anything like this, I always start from the position of it's fake. And then I try to go through the steps to see, is it not fake? I have to prove to myself that it's not fake. One of the interesting things about this particular example is that it did come with a medic badge. Again, not that people can't put things with things. Create a grouping, as we like to say. But it came with a medic armband. But what's interesting about this one and the helmet is the armband has the the Geneva Convention number on it. That's not the soldier's number. That's actually the Geneva Convention Red Cross number. And the helmet actually has the matching number. Now, it's possible that some super faker got a hold of the armband and decided to also fake the number. You know.
Why would they do that?
I know, right? Why would someone, you know, take a couple $100 helmet and make it into a lot of $100 helmet? Well, yeah.
Wow, that seems kind of dishonest.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no dishonesty in this military hobby, is there, Mark?
Oh, no. None at all.
Yeah. So this one's going to warrant further research. So stay tuned as we investigate the mystery of the medic helmet.
So what's that other crap you got?
This stuff was kind of cool. Actually, let me just talk about this. Oh, it's heavy.
Cell phone?
Yes. This is a World War II German cell phone. Hello? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So German field phone, World War II. Sadly, it does seem to be missing its crankenshaft. That's German for crank. But still, they're cool. Reenactors like them, collectors like them. People who like big and heavy things like them. But they're fun to have. And you can't be a German collector without one. Okay, now for this other stuff up here. This is actually an interesting collection of stuff. Friend of ours had collected records from Vietnam. So during the 60s, there were a lot of different, you know, Hello Vietnam, Johnny Wright, of course the Ballad of the Green Beret, which is, you know, what we all know. I skipped that one, didn't know that was in there. The Ballad of the Green Beret by Barry Sanders. Sadler? It's Barry Sanders. Salute to our fighting men in Vietnam. So just a whole bunch of different, again, Men in the Green Beret, Ballad of the Green Berets, The Untold Nam Story. This one's not even open. A Tribute to Nam by Tom Clark.
Wow.
So these are, you know, some of these are pretty rare. Guess Who's Coming Home? Black Fighting Men recorded live in Vietnam. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, these have to be, you know, just really, really rare. Frances Langford, we've had her before. So a bunch of different Vietnam records and a bunch of the same Vietnam records.
Over and over.
Barry Sanders.
Wait, that's not a proper way of stacking.
Yeah. And along with that, also a whole bunch, I think over 300 of, not 300 copies of Barry Sadler and the Green Ballad of the Green Berets, but a bunch of different ones that, I'm actually in the Barry Sadler section, so I'm just going to, but yeah, he has ones from like different labels and different covers and different blah, you know, so he collected 45s. So these are all 45s of different songs that were put out or about Vietnam.
Wow, cool.
Somebody else singing the Ballad of the Green Berets. But over 300 records. So I've got two, like 45 boxes, just chock-a-block full of Vietnam-related.
So if you have one of those old-fashioned jukeboxes, you could have Barry Sandler
on everything. A5, A6, A7. Yeah. And actually, I do have one of those old-fashioned jukeboxes. What I don't have is space in the shop to put it. But we'll work on that.
Well, we could put it underneath that pile.
Yeah. So we're working on cleaning the shop. Well, it seems the more we work, the fuller it gets.
We're running out of space here, Jerry. Maybe we're going to have to do the rest of these episodes with the puppets.
We'll do it from the street. Hi. We're outside the shop today, since we can't get in. Okay, but a bunch of varied and interesting stuff. We also got a whole collection of Civil War stuff in, U.S. Civil War, which is very interesting, but we thought that would warrant its own episode for you, because there's enough there, I think, that it would be interesting to see, to delve in kind of on that. We also got in some regular field gear that we're not just going to bore you with, and some newer, we buy a lot of the Woodland various, you know, we got some more, another Woodland flak vest, some other Woodland camo, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure the Woodland. We also had that other flak vest we got in, but nothing with the plates, but you know.
Yeah, and the digitals.
Yeah, that one that we got from that guy, you know, it shows a lot of wear on it, and his uniform was, you know, I thought he brought it back from wherever he toured, and
yeah, he definitely saw action.
Yeah, it was well beat up stuff. And
yeah, we get a lot of.
It's almost more cooler than the stuff we have in our racks. It's all like, ooh, like new.
Still has the tags on it,
like
right?
New.
Yeah, this was
like new. This one, this stuff looks like it was through a war.
Yeah, no, he definitely saw some action, because he kept the one with his combat infantry badge on it.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. So yeah, but nice to see, you know, and yeah, we won't be putting that stuff into general population, you know, with the rest of our, because we do sell a lot of surplus shirts and pants and boots, you know, which is good. But there is a line in my mind of, you know, military collectibles versus military surplus.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people outside the hobby don't necessarily understand, you know, the differences, and you know, basically, I try to tell them that a $2,000 Civil War sword is not military surplus.
Yes.
You know. Thanks again for all the questions. We will be doing at least a short Q&A session coming up again soon. So I just want to put it out there. If anybody has any questions, send them on to us. We'll see if we can get to them. That'd be awesome. Also, a bunch of you have been getting the Military Collectible Shop swag. So wear it proudly, wear it loudly, and send us a picture of you wearing it. We will enter you into a contest, and you'll win something. We haven't decided what. Maybe it'll be a copy of Barry Sadler's Ballad of the Green Berets.
Or a mannequin holding it.
Yeah, a slightly overweight mannequin holding the copy of the Ballad of the Green Berets. Yeah, but hey, we'll get you something, because we appreciate you appreciating us. We couldn't do this without you. Well, we could, but nobody would watch it. But it wouldn't be as exciting for us, because we love hearing back from you. We love all the comments. We love the emails. We love the phone calls. You know, this has been a great way for us to get to talk to you, get to know a bunch of you. You know, you're not just customers. You become friends. So thanks for that. We can't wait until we can get out and do some more shows. You know, coming up hopefully soon. But if you're ever in Milwaukee, be sure to stop by. Let us know. You can stop by the shop. Hopefully we'll have room for you. And yeah, otherwise we'll see you soon on the next episode of What's New at the Military Collectible Shop. So, until next time, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Mark.
And we are the Military Collectibles Shop.